Awesome. Banana? Okay.
Okay. I hope Prof is taking some pictures and videos for me today. You guys should take pictures. So today was a test to see how you guys can prepare, right? And I know it's a little hot over there. So these people. Let me.
I said later on. Hey.
Okay.
What you want to know one today? You want to know one for breakfast and bacon? He said. I don't know if you have some in the fridge. I know we have some in the freezer, but I don't know if you have some.
Okay. So today we are doing something different. And I was telling you guys, come early, but we are late. Right? We are late today. But anyway, so today we want to test out. Hi, Ethel, Theresa, I got your message. Hi, everyone. So today, before anything, Miss Gabby is going to teach you guys about mechanical computing, right? And the reason why we are doing this today and not our lab, we were going to do our lab, but the way you guys came in late, it's already 30 minutes late. So we will talk about the lab situation when she's done, okay? She's doing a test run. She's testing to find out how to really bring the best for you guys during the summer camp, okay? She's put a lot of work in what she's about to talk about. So please, if something doesn't make sense, you can put it in the chat room or you can text me and send ask the question. I'm gonna make Gabby my co-host. Okay, so she will be able to see every text or every message or chat that comes out, okay? So with that being said, Miss Gabby, thank you so much. And thank you to your dad for helping you to bring this to our explorers. So Miss Gabby, the floor or the screen is yours.
Hello, I hope you guys are doing well. And I hope you guys had really lovely weeks. My week was pretty interesting. Fun fact, we actually have a holiday coming up here in America. I know that you guys had a holiday yesterday. It was Republic Day, right? Do you guys have any other holidays coming up?
If you can hear what she's saying, respond to her. She's asking, yesterday was Ghana Republic Day. On Monday, Americans are celebrating Independence Day, 4th of July. Do you guys have any holidays coming up? If you don't know, just say we don't know yet and let's keep going, okay?
Okay, I'm going to start presenting.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so for today's lesson, we will be covering mechanical computing. So today we'll be covering these 3 core points, or these 3 main points. First, we will learn what a mechanical computer is. Then we will discover how mechanical computers actually work. And lastly, we'll go over a few examples of mechanical computers. Okay, so first, what is a mechanical computer? A mechanical computer is built using machine-like parts, such as levers, which turn things off and on when you push it left or right, gears, which usually gets the machine moving, and they are connected so that when one gear turns, the other gears turn with it. Switches, which come in different shapes and sizes, but they all have the same ability to turn things off and on. Pulleys, which lift weights or carry heavy things like liquids or materials away or onto the machines. And buttons, which have all sorts of functions that really all depend on the machine that you're using. But what they all have in common is that when they are pressed, they create a change in the mechanics, meaning that they change how the machine works. And mechanical computers are not limited to these switches, gears, pulleys, or buttons. They can have many more machine-like parts that get them to work. The only difference is that none of the parts are electronic. And unlike computers and machines that we use today, mechanical computers don't use electricity. Rather, mechanical computers get their energy or power from an outside source, better known as the person using the machine. This person is commonly referred to as the user. Can anyone give me an example of the term or word user?
Please come again.
Oh, can anyone give me an example of the term or word user?
Anybody give you a term of the word user or example of user?
I couldn't hear you properly. Please, can you repeat? Someone from Ejura was speaking. I didn't get to hear them. Could they please repeat?
Operator.
The user is actually the person using it. So the user could be you. The user could be a family member.
The person said the operator can be a user.
Okay. Well, yes, an operator is a user. You can be a user. Your family member could be a user. Your neighbor could be a user. Any person actually using the machine is considered a user. Can anyone give me an example of a mechanical computer?
Guys, look at his slide. The answers are already there.
Madam, we have the washing machine.
Turning table.
Yes, a turning table is a mechanical computer. So
she wants everyday stuff. She wants everyday stuff, things that you use around you that are manpower.
Wasan.
Okay, I'm going to move on. So, how do mechanical computers actually work? Since mechanical computers use the power that is produced by the person using the machine, depending on the machine that you use, the user can pump a crank, can push buttons, or flip a switch or many switches multiple times to get the gears in the machine moving and get the machine to work. Not all machines use cranks, levers, or buttons to generate power. Some machines use other sources, such as pedals, which require you to press down on it to generate the same power. Sometimes you have to apply a certain amount of pressure using a pressure plate or pressure balls. An example of a everyday mechanical system is a bike. Did you know that bikes are mechanical? Because when you push on the pedal, the gears turn, the gears and the wheels turn, allowing the bike to move. Is someone speaking? Was there a question? Okay, well, also some machines require large groups of people or large or small groups of people working on that machine together to generate the power needed to get the machine to work, rather than just one person doing all the work of turning the cranks and pushing the buttons. In old-fashioned factories, machines were so large that they had so many cranks, levers, buttons, and pedals and more that they needed multiple workers working on that one machine to get it to work. In fact, in the past, when cars were first being built, it took over 200 people to build a single car. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. So next, we're going to go over a few examples of mechanical computing, but we're going to make this fun. I'm going to show you a picture of a mechanical machine, and you guys are going to guess what the machine is. So starting off, does anyone have an idea of what this machine is?
Please, it is used to sew clothes.
Yes, this is a sewing machine. In fact, the first sewing machines that were made were mechanical. In order to get the machine to work, the user had to turn the wheel and step on the pedal to get the machine to actually sew clothes. Nowadays, a lot of sewing machines have become much more electronic, meaning that they rely on battery power or just electricity. Next. Does anyone have an idea of what this machine is or what it does? Well, this is a food processor. The earlier models of the food processor were also mechanical. Instead of using electricity, food processors were powered by a crank, meaning that users would have to turn the crank many times to power the machine. And people who had to constantly turn the machine must have been very strong, since most food processors were made out of metal. That seems like quite a tiring process, especially if you're trying to break down food that is very hard or durable. Nowadays, food processors are controlled by automated electronic parts rather than machine-like parts that require manual labor. So nowadays, we don't have to turn a crank to break down food. All we have to do is plug it in and press a button, and it would do it for us. Does anyone have an idea of what this machine is or what it does?
Did you guys hear her?
Does anyone have any ideas? Any guesses? Well, this machine is actually a typewriter. And the typewriter is similar to a laptop, which we normally use today. The typewriter was a mechanical device that relied on the pushing of buttons or keys to create keystrokes that prints out characters such as letters, numbers, punctuation like periods, commas, or exclamation points, even parentheses on paper. The typewriter and the laptop aren't necessarily the same thing, but they do perform similar functions. Today, laptops have many functions, and this includes being able to produce papers or documents that allow us to add thousands of different characters electronically. This means that we don't have to worry about making too many mistakes, since we can go back and correct it. Back then, once you typed the character, like the letters or the numbers on the paper, it was directly on the paper. A typewriter is also a microprocessor. And what a microprocessor does is it breaks down data every time it runs. In this case, the data that is being produced from the typewriter using the keyboard are the characters, or like the words and letters that are printed on the paper that you're typing on. Does anyone have an idea of what this machine is or what it does? I'll give you a hint. It uses numbers. It's similar to something today that we turn to when we want to calculate things. Any ideas?
Calculator.
Yes, correct. This is actually a form of a calculator. Back then, in order to calculate and process large numbers or complex mathematical equations, people used these calculators that were mechanical and depended on the user to turn a crank in order for it to make these calculations. And these calculators were full of gears and they were made out of metal. Just imagine carrying a calculator like that all the time. It would get pretty heavy, especially since each part weighed a significant amount. Thankfully, nowadays, calculators have become more electronic and depend on battery power or solar power to function, rather than using power generated by the user. So we no longer have to turn a crank every time we want to calculate an equation. And also calculators today are lighter and more compact, making it easier to travel with. Are there any questions? Okay, next slide. And feel free to interrupt me if you guys are confused at any time. Does anyone have an idea of what this machine is or what it does?
Camera holder.
This is a camera. This is a camera on a camera stand. And it was one of the earlier models of the camera, which photographers, which is the user of the camera, they had to actually squeeze a pressure ball attached to the body of the camera in order to open the shutters, allowing light through, and they were able to take photos that way. And cameras today have similar qualities and they still allow the same amount of light through, like past camera models, but they've been modified to produce better quality photos at an automatic rate. This means that we get our images right away, while people back then had to wait days or hours or days just to get their photos. And the olden cameras were mechanical because you weren't just pushing a button and the camera would take the photo. You actually had to, there was a whole process. Once you applied the pressure, the shutters are open, the light will come through, and it will project the photo onto a film. And then that film had to be put through a long, lengthy process in order to get the photo. So it was in no way automatic. Does anyone have any questions? Well, this was the end of the lesson. This was the introduction to mechanical computing. And during the summer camp next Saturday, we will learn how mechanical computing relates to or connects to coding. And we will also put into practice what we learned about mechanical computing using the Turing tumbles. Yeah, questions. You can open up your mic and ask the question, or you can just type it in the chat. Are there any questions?
So do we all understand what mechanical computing is?
Gabby, what was the
Yes.
first generation, the first general type of mobile phone made?
Mobile
What do you say?
The first general mobile phone type.
Generation
The
of
first generation of mobile phone.
When
mobile
you
phone.
say mobile phones, the first phones. Remember the dial-up, the phone that we used to call the wired phones?
They
When
still
they
had
used to put
electronic
padlock on
parts.
them. Well, let Miss Gabby answer you. Sorry.
The first mobile phone still had electronic parts because it was connected to a wire, but they were pretty large and they were actually like stationary. You couldn't they
Madam, is washing
for the
machine
most
a
part they were
mechanical?
stationary. Pardon?
Please, can I have the picture?
A picture? I would have to look that up. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, here. This was what one of the earlier models of a mobile phone looks like. You couldn't necessarily put this in your pocket. If you wanted to carry it around, there was actually a case for this phone. But for the most part, people kept it stationary because it was so huge and bulky. But this is not a mechanical system since it relies on electronic parts rather than you turning a crank or pushing like buttons to get it to work. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Are there any other questions?
Prince, I thought you had a question.
What about the car?
Madam,
The car?
Yes. Yeah.
We can look at the first generation of a car.
madam, is washing machine a car? A mechanical computer.
You broke up at the end. Please, can you repeat?
Is he wearing a mask and asking a question too? Is he wearing a mask and asking a question?
Okay.
What was your question?
No. Sino long track.
You were breaking up. Can you repeat? Sorry.
So Prince was asking that is washing machine mechanical? That was the question.
Today, washing machines are actually plugged up to the wall and they use electricity to run. You don't have to turn any crank. You don't have to apply any force or power to get the washing machine to work. All you do is turn it on and it runs. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, can somebody tell me the difference between a mechanical computer and what is the other stuff versus what electronic computer?
Does anyone know the difference between a mechanical computer and an electronic computer?
Yes. Mechanical computer use more energy, whilst electronic computer are programmed.
Yes, electronic computers have electronic parts and they use electricity, while mechanical computers are all mechanical and they only rely on outside sources by the user. So they don't rely on like batteries or electricity to run. You have to apply the force to get those machines to run. Are there any other questions?
So just to add to what Ms. Gabby just shared, when you are doing something or working with something mechanical, you use more manpower. Does it make sense?
Is that all the questions?
No more questions? So what do we say to Ms. Gabby?
Thank you.
Thank you.
May God bless you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Miss Gabby.
Thank you, Gabby. So today we wanted to test out our lab safety stuff, right? And I see that you guys have on your lab coats. So I want somebody to get on the screen and give a presentation of what they are wearing, okay?
Thanks, sir.
I protect. And I need to. Where I protection. I protect. And you know,
Adam, please, I want to do it. Madam.
Yeah.
Madam, first I want to talk about the goggles.
Okay.
The goggles protect our eyes from dangerous chemicals in the air. And
Awesome.
the nose mask. It protects our nose. It protects us from inhaling dangerous gases and chemicals into our system.
Good.
And the gloves, it protects our hands from when we touch some chemicals, instead of it affecting our skin and corroding it. The glove protects our hands from it. And the lab coat, it protects our clothes from catching onto fire with dangerous gases and chemicals.
Good job. Continue.
And the closed-toed shoes. It protects our feet if an acid falls on the ground and it wants to corrode our leg. The shoes protect our legs from corroding.
Good job. Okay. Good job, Prince. Anyone else?
Fatima want to talk.
Fatima, we are listening. By the way, you guys look very good. You guys look real scientists. Tema, what happened to your staff? Okay. Anyone from Frante or from Ejura want to talk about their science outfit or protective gear? Oh, God. Anyone? Friends did an awesome job, but I want to hear from somebody else too. Hey, Fatima, Ishmael, nobody. Michael, David, Munyina obi ani kasa. Hey,
I thought Fatima wanted to ask.
Fatima, today if you don't talk, you won't talk again. Like we will seize you from talking ever. If Fatima don't talk. Okay, who else is ready for Medra? Someone is ready for Medra. Nimson, who else is coming?
Black Sharif.
That Sharif is not around. Madam, please, I'm carried.
What about chairman?
Absent.
Okay.
Madam,
Yes.
please, the goggles,
Uh-huh.
they protect our eyes from flying gases like dangerous gases.
Mm-hmm.
And the gloves, they protect our hands from dangerous chemicals that if our hands touch, it will affect us.
Okay.
And the lab coat, it protects our body from dangerous chemicals that will affect the skin. And the nose mask, it protects our nose from inhaling dangerous chemicals. And our shoes, they protect our legs from drops of dangerous chemicals that will fall on the ground and affect us. Thank you, madam.
Good job. Good job, Courage. My ladies, see, I'm always going to be hard on you guys, my ladies. I see 2 men has done their presentation. I'm looking for the ladies to also come up. That means you make me look bad. Is Amdala there? Any of the ladies? So Tama, nobody gave you guys your science stuff. Okay. So the reason why I wanted you guys to wear this today was to help you guys to understand the importance of being in the science lab, right? And now that you guys have seen, it's very, very important when working on stuff to put on the right attire, the right protective equipment and stuff. And we say PPE is what? What is PPE? Good. So today, you all have your PPE, right? You all have your personal protective equipment. So the goal was to what? Test it out to see how you guys are going to come to class prepared when we are ready to do our science lab, okay? Today, for the sake of time, and surprisingly, Tema is not even ready. So we will find another time to work on our science lab, okay? But now you know how things are. So don't, whatchamacallit, the next time we say we are having science lab, come early. Come early because science lab takes a while to get stuff done, okay? Come early, and I see you guys have your notepad. That is great. That is awesome. Raymond and
Madam, the ladies are ready.
what happened? Is somebody talking? Okay. So today we will the next time we meet, we're gonna talk about what? Who can read this? Acid, bases, and pH. We're gonna work on this to find out the acid levels in product, okay? Everyday things around us. We're gonna find the acid levels, the base level, and the pH level and stuff, okay? So the next time we work on our lab work, we're gonna talk about that. And all our teachers should have this with them. You have all our science equipment with you. So with that being said, when the day comes, the day that we will be working on them, I will let your teachers know and have them ready with you. And these things, we can get them every day outside Ghana. Outside Ghana. We can get them in Ghana. So if it's not enough, we're gonna work on making sure everybody get their own lab equipment, okay? So this is how you find out about acid. You guys sometimes hear, oh, obia to acid the gubi, so right? Somebody to ask, there is a level of acid in some items that can cause more damage, and there are some that are what normal for even consumption and stuff. Does it make sense? Or for everyday stuff? So we will find out the pH level, the base level, and the acid level, and all those stuff. So this one, we might not do it during our summer camp. After the summer camp, we will come back to this. But today, I wanted to see my future scientist. Does it make sense? Okay. Any questions for me? So all of you have this to drop to check the pH level and all those stuff. Everything is there. Our teachers have all these items. So when the day comes, we will have everything to test out the pH level, to mix it with water. You will have your notepad and all the stuff. They're all in Ghana. So when we are ready, I will let you guys know the day that we will work on them. And then you will come back with your, so today I will say that because you guys have used these things, go and keep it, okay? Keep it, don't give back to your teachers, keep it. Take it home, secure it. At the right time, you will bring it back. Can I trust you guys? Can I trust you guys? That you're gonna take care of it?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Do you know why I'm saying keep it and don't give it back?
No, madam.
Because of hygiene, okay? Maybe you can keep it there and write your name on it. It's up to you. But I don't want you guys to mix things something that Nemston have used, then Cedric is going to use later. We don't want that. Doesn't make sense. And that's why we want you guys to keep down. This is your personal protective equipment. Does it make sense? So you keep them. Don't put it somewhere somebody can use it, because even the masks, you have already breathed in them and stuff. So you don't want to be switching around. Does it make sense? And the goggles, you have already worn it. So keep them. They are now your personal protective wear or equipment. Okay. So keep them. You can put them in a bag, write your name on it or something. Teachers, decide what you want to do. But I know that there is many more out there. So it's not like it's going to be done or whatever. There will be enough for everybody. So with that being said, that's it for today's class. I'm looking for some pictures. Send me some pictures and some videos and stuff. A video of, maybe I should give you guys an assignment. Of you guys.
That's our assignment to do. That's assignment to do.
Maybe an assignment explaining what you are wearing, right? Okay, I'm gonna put it up right now. So
Some of the ladies want to do.
What happened?
Some ladies want to present.
Okay, ladies, I'm ready now. Make me look good.
Is Fatima ready?
And David and Michael, nice to see you guys. Thank you guys. I know you are in school and coming to join. It means a lot to me. And I know you guys have been texting me. We are working on it, okay? I'm not ignoring you guys, I promise. Okay? I love you guys. I have not forgotten you guys. And David, I know your birthday is coming. We're gonna celebrate, okay?
Okay, the ladies are ready to present.
Okay, we are ready for our ladies too.
Hello, madam. Please, my name is Maria Patience from Ejira. Please, I'm here to talk about the personal.
The video froze. That's why I turned my video off. Hey, Tema is doing their own stuff. Can you start again, please? Or they drop, right? A giraffe drop. Let's wait for a giraffe. Start again. I want to hear your name. And I was looking at a picture. I saw you when we were in Ghana. I miss you too, but I forgot your name. So you have to remind me your name today.
My name is Maria Patience from Ejira. Please, madam, my name is Maria Patience from Ejira. I'm here to talk about protective equipment.
Thank you. Start.
Okay. Madam, the laboratory coats, it protects us from harmful chemicals that can cause our body, that can give us rashes, that can cause rashes to our body. And the goggles, it protects our eyes from flying from flying materials. Even the chemicals can also cause our eyes, can damage our eyes. So the goggles protect our eyes. And the nose mask, it protects our nose, our mouth from smelling chemicals directly. And the closed-toe shoes, it protects our legs from heavy chemicals in the laboratory.
Good job. Good job. Thank you so much. Good job.
And madam, and the gloves. It protects our hands from harmful chemicals in the laboratory.
Awesome. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else?
Yes, madam.
Madam, please, my name is Hannah Ijewa Dalon from Ejira. Please, I will come to talk about the personal protective equipment. Firstly, I will talk about the nose mask. The nose mask protects our nose from inhaling chemicals that can damage our system. The gloves, it protects our hands from touching dangerous chemicals. The lab coat, it protects our body from chemicals that can give our body damage. It protects our feet from the shoes protect our feet from stepping into dangerous chemicals that can harm our feet. Madam, the goggles, it protects our eyes from flying chemicals that can damage our eyes.
Good job.
Please, I am Frederick from Idra. I am to talk about the personal protective equipment. Firstly, I would like to talk about the gloves. It protects our eyes from the gloves. It protects our eyes from heavy chemicals. And then the gloves. It protects our hand from acid. Then the masks. The mask protects our nose and mouth from inhaling acid. Then the laboratory coat. It protects our skin from acid. Then the closed-toed shoes. It protects our toes from acid pouring on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So anybody else?
Yes, madam.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Nemsin from Idra. I am coming to talk about the personal protective equipment. I will start with the nose mask. It prevents us from toxic materials when there is highly harmful substance, and in extreme cases can even cause death if you swallow, inhale, or absorb. Then through your skin. 2. The nose mask. It prevents us from flammable materials. When the chemicals labeled in this are flammable, then you should store them in a body. 3. The coat. It prevents us from corrosive materials. When a strong chemical is there, it can corrode your skin or other substance. Thank you.
Good job. So I like everyone that was able to present. Good job. Now I have sent your assignment that in a video, give us from your goggles all the way down, give us a description of it, of what your personal PPE that you are wearing, right? So that's your assignment. So now we know when I say, oh, we're gonna have a lab work, you know what I'm talking about, right? And then you come ready. Does it make sense? And then, what did I say? This is not only for EBI, right? In life, there will be some times that you will need to protect yourself from dangerous chemicals. Maybe you are working somewhere or you are doing a project. Now you know that some items are what can be very dangerous, and therefore you must cover yourself. Okay. Sometimes we inhale so much poison that it will not affect us today, but 5 years or 3 years from now, it can affect us. So protection is very, very, but they say prevention is better than cure. So protecting yourself from any danger is better than waiting for any disaster to happen. So with that being said, any questions or any comments for me or Ms. Gabby today? Okay, if nothing, enjoy the rest of your day. And how do I say this? Next week, I heard there is a holiday next week. So we will let you guys know if we are meeting next week or not. The STEAM camp is supposed to start next week. But Mr. Prof. Mr. Yaya is saying that there is a holiday that might affect the launching of the STEAM camp next week. So he will let you guys know if we are hosting it next week or we will do it the following week after. Okay? So that is the only downside to next week. So he will let you guys know. But outside of that, just make sure you keep your stuff together, write your name on them, so that next time that you need them, you will know where to find it, okay? So, bye, guys.
Bye.
If you guys want to talk to each other, let me know. I can let you guys talk with each other. If Francine want to chat, okay, guys. Thank you, Mr. Raymond. And Mr. Raymond, sorry, today, I didn't even know I was supposed to turn on the Zoom for the teachers. I thought you guys were going to meet in person. Forgive me on that part. It's my fault. I will send the teachers a message to apologize. And the funny thing, I was up at 4 a.m. too. But yeah. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And we will continue. Tema, I don't know what else to say anymore. I think I have said enough. I don't know. And we will try again to meet with your teachers to find out what is going on and how we can help you guys, okay? Okay.
Yeah, I think
you have something to say?
I think we have to do that.
Yeah, because everybody understood what we were supposed to do, but only Tema. So that is not the problem is not from me. Francie heard it, Ejura heard it, except Tema. So the problem is not from me. And I'm not happy about it. It feels like we are neglecting you guys, and it makes me very sad. Yeah, so Tema, I'm sorry, we will find ways to make it work for you guys, okay? Okay. Take care, guys.